Hi, and welcome to the Bassmaster Studios. I am Tommy Sanders, here to address the news of the day, and it's actually breaking news, and it's big news as well. And to help roll it out right now, let's get right to it. Let's bring in, of course, the man who has served for many, many years as the contact point between Bassmaster Elite Series anglers and the B.A.S.S organization, and of course, one of the most decorated pro anglers of all time, Davey Height. And Davey, well, let's not beat around the bush. Let's get right to it. This big news is no entry fees for the Bassmaster Elite Series 2025.
I'm so happy to be here with you, Tommy, to announce this. This is something that anglers have been asking for decades. And to be quite honest with you, just 1 year ago, I would not have thought we would be seeing this, but this is great news.
Absolutely. Well, let's look at some of the particulars of it, and we'll go right back to the press release and get the actual language for you here. B.A.S.S, the longtime leader of the sport, has committed to a no-entry fee model for the Bassmaster Elite Series, Bassmaster Angler of the Year, and the Bassmaster Classic. And that is huge news. Bass has always wanted the Elite Series anglers to be viewed as true professional athletes. That's been the cause ever since the Ray Scott days. No longer now paying to play. Our anglers not fishing for their own money, and that is a huge step toward that ideal that we've always wanted, right, David?
It's absolutely a giant step, Tommy. And since Bass started, since Ray Scott had the vision of this being a sport, we paid entry fees. And we've had a sport. Tournament fishing has been a sport, but now we can say this is a professional sport. Our top level anglers do not pay to play the game anymore. This is incredible news.
All right, well, let's take a look at some of the particulars, and for that we go back to the press release. B.A.S.S is increasing its contribution of payouts to over $4.1 million, which the league has identified as a sustainable model. Now, of course, in the past, it's been a similar contribution from both B.A.S.S and the anglers through the entry fees, and now Bass is taking over that with that $4.1 million. And of course, when we talk about these numbers that are coming up here, we are talking about net numbers, providing for the now situation where you don't have to do an entry fee, and the Elite Series payouts will be the same for the top 10 anglers as it was in 2024, with first place continuing to receive $100,000. Payouts for 11th through 18th are increased. All anglers finishing in the top 40, which will be the new Day 3 cut line, will receive checks. And those are the adjustments. We have to do all this, but so it can be sustainable. Davey, it's no good if it's not sustainable and you can't keep the doors open.
100%, Tommy. We've wanted this for a long time, and it's been talked about with B.A.S.S and the anglers. It's been back and forth for many, many years. But sustainability is so important. I mean, to have false hope or to think, well, we can do this or we'll try this for a year or two, and then those numbers not working out, that wouldn't be good for anyone. Not for B.A.S.S as an organization, or not for the anglers. But this is something that has been looked at really hard through the last few months, even longer than that. I've been involved with it for, about a month or so. And this is a model that Bass thinks that they can donate that $4.1 million into the payouts, the Elite, 9 tournaments, Angler of the Year and the Bassmaster Classic. That's a lot of money to contribute for the anglers to compete for. And to be able to keep those top numbers the same is great. The Angler of the Year still being $100,000, the Classic winner $300,000, to win a normal event $100,000. That's incredible to be able to keep those numbers the same.
And speaking of the Classic, now let's look at those particulars for the Classic and Angler of the Years. Back to the press release. The Bassmaster Classic champion will still earn $300,000. The top 11 stays exactly the same. A graduated pay scale will reward 12th through 25th place, and every Classic competitor will receive a check. Now, as for Progressive Bassmaster Angler of the Year, the top prize for Angler of the Year remains at $100,000. Second place has increased to $50,000, with 3rd through 5th also receiving checks. So the news continues throughout all the Elite Series and the platforms beyond.
Yeah, it's great. And just, the Angler of the Year really kind of stands out to me because, it's been a long time ago. It's been 22 years ago. I won the Angler of the Year 2002. First place was $25,000, and there was no money for second place and farther down the line. So to be able to compete for $100,000 first prize for Angler of the Year with no entry fee, because way back in 2002 when I won it, we were still paying entry fees. They weren't as significant as they are now, It was about a $2,000 entry fee. But it is just really, really good to be able to keep these top prizes where they are and have no entry fees.
Yeah, and you know, we look at all the benefits and all the changes that this major change are going to bring about, and all the ripples that come out from this decision. And the thing that really stands out is now we talk in terms of sponsor dollars, and they're very important to Elite Series anglers. And now think of it, the sponsor dollars, instead of going towards entry fees, stay in your pocket now. I mean, that's a huge deal.
Yeah, it's a game changer. You know, sponsor dollars vary depending on the angler. You know, a rookie probably not going to have the sponsorship relationships that someone that's been in the sport for a long time would have. And you know, having success usually means you're going to have more sponsorship dollars available. But there were a fair amount of anglers fishing the Bassmaster Elite Series that did not have that $45K coming in from sponsors. So they had to just dig into their own bank account. I hate to say it, but it's true. In some cases, credit cards, that sort of thing. But that burden will not be there on the anglers and on the anglers' family. Here's one thing that I have known for quite a long time. There are a lot of anglers that are potentially good enough fishermen to compete on the Bassmaster Elite Series, but not able to come up with the $45,000. So their dream is canceled before they could ever even try to pursue it. But this will alleviate that, and this will give anyone a chance to go try to compete at the highest level with no entry fee and not have that burden on their family.
And just a quick note on some other items that go along with this big-time announcement here, and these will be rolled out too very, very soon. A new commitment to all the services that Bass can provide to Elite Series anglers to help them take advantage of this platform that they are given, because it is the #1 platform in the sport of fishing. And that's everything from online, from digital, from Fox Sports, and everything else. A lot of commitment on the part of Bass, and a lot of commitment from you as well. You're going to be probably doing even more work as the contact point between anglers and the organization. I just hope you're not going to stop being analysts for the Bassmaster Live show.
No, definitely not going to do that. I really appreciate being able to work with you, Tommy, and all the other folks there in studio. But it's an honor to be the liaison, kind of be the in-between person for the anglers with B.A.S.S. as an organization. And I really think this is a good move for a lot of different ways. But here's one thing that I think the anglers can do, because with that $45,000 entry fee, so many anglers just concentrated on catching fish, trying to make that 50th place check, $10,000. Now, hopefully, these anglers will realize, a lot of them will realize, hey, I need to take advantage of the platform that B.A.S.S. has provided me to grow my brand and to grow my sponsorship relationship with these companies. And I think it's just going to help us all grow. I really do think that the anglers will use these benefits that they have from B.A.S.S. more now that they don't have that burden of $45,000 coming straight out of their bank accounts.
Well, all the rest of the details you can find on Bassmaster.com. And again, thank you, Davey, for rolling out this big news. And once again, we'll emphasize it, 2025, no entry fees on the Bassmaster Elite Series.